welcome back to another wonderful episode of I Got You Girl. We are on episode 10.
Yeah.
Woo! So for our 10th episode, we decided to switch it up a little bit. We're going to come over here and sit down and get a little comfortable.
Yes.
So we want to welcome everybody that's on live. I know we have an exciting show tonight and a lot of fun stuff to talk about. So how's everybody doing?
Great.
Doing great.
I guess with your ponytail.
Looking cute.
Started off the summer very well.
Yes, first week of summer,
First
day 3. Day 3
Is it
for the
day
most
3?
part.
Day 4.
Day 4.
Oh.
Yeah, it's day 4. Yeah.
Okay,
Day
day
summer.
4 of summer. So, anything exciting going on, you guys?
I know next week, on Friday, me and Nia are going to be turning 16.
Oh,
so that's
sweet
exciting.
16.
That's exciting.
A weekend, huh? It's a whole Sweet 16 weekend.
Whole weekend celebrating.
Nice.
All
I'll
right.
be working the next week.
Go to work.
Yep. Gotta get that job.
Yeah. But I'm excited to work, so it's okay.
That's
I'm excited to work.
What about you? You packing?
Yes.
Getting ready to hit the West Coast?
Yes.
That's a shame. Don't leave
on
us,
the
huh?
15th, right? Yes.
Right after my birthday.
Right after.
Make sure right after.
She's on a party, then on a plane.
Yes. Sakari, for our viewers, is going to be traveling to go visit her grandparents. So she's going to be going to the West Coast for the summer. And so we'll miss her.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll miss her dearly, but we know she's going to go and be spoiled and
Yes.
have fun and do all that good stuff. So
What
very
about
cool.
you guys?
We're going to be working on our summer bodies, Nita. How about
Yeah.
that?
And I can't wait for our guest, our shout out, because we're going to talk about these summer bodies. Okay.
Absolutely. So before we get into that, we want to do a quick recognize a big.
So our big for the week is my cousin Shawn. He graduated high school Wednesday. He graduated high school on Wednesday. He graduated from Aloma High School.
Very
so,
good, Shawn.
Yeah,
Great
very
job.
excited for him.
Very, very proud of him.
Very happy for you.
Lots of hard work. Shawn Trom. We're shouting you out tonight.
Shawn Trom.
So thank you so much. We are happy. So yes, that is our big. But for what we're going to be doing, Anita and I, we've got a friend that's joined us tonight to give us some encouragement and get us sit on the right
Get us on the
Our
right
shout
path.
on the right track.
Yes,
Because we're going to get our summer bodies
we're
together.
gonna catch up to y'all.
We're going to be there. Yeah.
So,
That's right.
I want to talk
Make
about
sure you don't stop to get on the phone or anything.
Right.
Just make sure we...
Listen, don't bring up the past. Don't bring up the past.
Yes.
You're not stopping for these sit-ups. Okay, so our shout out for today is Miss Tanya Wallace. Okay, so Miss Tanya Wallace is here. Hi, Tanya. So she's on audio. She is not in the video.
How are you all?
We are doing great, Tanya.
Good.
So you are our shout out because you have gone through a weight loss journey. You look phenomenal, okay?
Yes, I wish we could
And
show
so-
pictures, but we
Thank
will.
you.
Yes, we will show pictures.
And I want to say,
Go ahead.
go ahead. I want to say it has been a journey because, I mean, nothing seemed like it was working. You know, I never really had a weight problem until I actually dealt with cancer and had to go through steroids. I used the steroids, and it wasn't until maybe a couple of years ago I went into like more of a perimenopausal state.
Yep.
And I started experiencing, you know, a lot of menopausal symptoms, which, now I'm in my 50s, so I'm 50, I'll be a speed limit, a whole speed limit this year. 55, but I'm going to tell you, I was like 163.
Okay.
And I joined a wonderful, awesome community called Herbalife, and within 45 days, okay, I got on a challenge, and in 45 days, I lost over 30 pounds.
Wow.
And so I was like, you know what? It was so easy. It was so easy that I decided, you know, I'm gonna be a distributor too, because I want to help people. I want to implement my vegetarian diet with this.
Yes.
And so I just, you know, I've been doing it, and not only did it help me there, because like I had other symptoms too. I was actually, and I didn't tell you, Anita, this, but I was diagnosed after the cancer and stuff.
Right.
You know, I was diagnosed with diverticulosis,
Oh, really?
which is like a gastrointestinal type of disease.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and I was bleeding from my bottom. I hate to be so transparent, but I have to be real with people.
Thank you.
I was bleeding, you know, and it was like a actual monthly. I was bleeding a lot, and I was losing a lot of blood, and my doctor said, you know, your levels are going so low, and your iron is low, and we're going to have to maybe get you back on some infusions, because this could be dangerous, you know, as far as the cancer is concerned. So when I got on this, do you know it stopped? I started last August, okay, and I have not had one symptom of that. And not only did that correct, I was going bald. It's because of the menopause, I guess, or if I was allergic to something. My hair has grown. It has grown, and I've helped so many other people. If they were diabetic, I've helped them. You know, I've helped so many people, and I think I'm so passionate about it because it's not just only about weight loss. It's about whole, total nutrition.
That's right.
And so my goal is to help as many people on this journey as I can, and I'm really, really excited about it. And, you know, I told Anita, I said, listen, I know I'm going to the airport. I know I have another Zoom call. I hopped off that. I said, I'm getting on this because this is important.
Yes.
It's so important to me, you know, to be able to help people because somebody helped me.
That's right.
Somebody helped me. And so I am here because somebody thought enough and loved me enough to have me join. So now I'm at 132. And I told her, I said, I'm trying to lose maybe five more pounds. 132. And I'm working on that.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm getting that snatch waistline. You know, and so that's right, because I have a certain type of bathing suit I want to be in. I don't care if you're 55, 72, you can do it. So I'm just saying there's hope for all of us, and I want all of us to get excited about that. If you know somebody that needs some help, even we got stuff for your memory. You know, I lost part of my memory because of the chemo.
Wow.
And my memory is phenomenal. And that's my other job. I have to teach every week and memorize the information that I'm, you know, for people that are on unemployment. I help them to get jobs. So my whole life is entailed with helping people.
Yes.
You know, so if I can
right.
help you in any kind of way, just let me know. Anita has all my information. And, you know, if you need me, you know, I am passionate. I will go the extra step for you.
Tanya, and we'll put that out there.
Wonderful.
We will put that out there, but you already know you have some clients already because we are ready to get our bodies snatched.
Absolutely.
On the summer.
Absolutely. And you know, yes, that is awesome. Tanya, this has been great.
So,
This is
like you
awesome.
said, whatever I can do to help, just let me know. And it's real easy. It's 2 shakes, 2 aloe and tea, and a 1 main meal.
We can
And
do
2
that.
snacks.
We can
That's
do
it.
that.
And you're eating constantly.
Okay.
You were eating constantly with some smoothies. So that's it. That's the whole plan.
That's perfect.
That's awesome.
Okay.
We
Awesome.
can do this, huh?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. She said snatch waist. That was it. She had me at snatch waist.
Okay.
That's
That's
it.
we laughing at
Listen,
it
this one over here thinks she got a snatch waist, but I'm gonna get it because she had to get it from somebody. Okay. Thank you so much, Tanya. This is awesome.
Yes.
We are going to have you back.
Anytime.
Yes, we are definitely going to have
Please,
you back.
so I can share my journey about, you know, what I did when I, you know, how I got
Overcame.
the cancer and stuff.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
I love every last one of you.
Love you.
Yes, you do.
All right,
And thank
be
you.
safe. Drive
Be
safely.
safe. Yes.
Thank you. You all have a safe one. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wasn't
Ooh, I
that
love
How passionate she was.
Her
She made me excited. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, so everybody
You ain't
out
got
there.
news anyway.
Right. I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna join the program anyway.
But you know what? When she said that she gained weight because of the results of the cancer, I had the exact same problem. I had the exact same issue when I went through my cancer. I put on 20 pounds, and I didn't even know where it came from. But part of it was the steroids from I didn't do chemo. I had to do radiation. But same thing, and I could not get that weight off. And to her point, I tried so many different things. It was like a struggle, and it was one that was like, first you're dealing with the depression of the health issue, and then you're dealing with the depression of now you can't fit in your clothes, and you just so I know exactly what she was talking about. So oh wow, hey, how was track?
I got banged up pretty bad.
Oh.
I spiked myself like, see,
Oh,
like three good
ankles
times.
is beat up. I'm
Ankles are
sorry.
bruised, but it's okay.
Pain for glory, huh?
Battle scars.
That's what they are.
I love that,
Oh,
Nike.
you get skill? Thanks.
What's the skill you
I
learned?
learned the 100 hurdles today.
Ooh.
I'm
You gonna be running it this weekend?
Yes. So, wish me luck. Hopefully I don't fall on my face.
He said, how you
You do
doing?
great.
Please, no more falling.
So we just got done talking about summer bodies, and so and we
You
shouted
guys
out
have summer
Sean.
You got your somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, we shouted out Sean.
Yes, and then
His graduation.
yeah, and then we had a shout out of where Tanya, she lost weight, and so this is her weight loss journey.
She had an
How
amazing
long?
story.
45 days. Yeah, I know.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah. So we will
Real
be
nice.
having her back on for sure, because she got to share her own entire story.
Right.
So
Right.
anyway, girls, and
Alright.
of course your sister brought up that you were preparing for party time next week.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to party.
Sweet
I want to
16.
sleep.
Oh my goodness.
I
There you go. It's fine because I can party for the both of us because I got some really good
Oh,
outfits.
that was my schedule after I have a track meet. Why don't you tell them?
Run and sleep.
Yeah. I wake
Wake
up
up.
at like 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Cause mind you, I do field events, so I have to be up and stretched by like 7 o'clock, and then I have to go jump.
Check in.
Check in, running around, checking in. I jump. I relax like an hour or two, and then I go run, and then jump again. Then run again, depending on if I run in a relay. So
It's
then,
all day, huh?
yes. And
She'll
so I
get home.
at like
She'll bathe.
5 or
and
6.
sleep.
I take me a nice shower, and I sleep till like 11.
Yeah.
And I eat.
Life is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So partying may
And
not
I go
be in my
out
schedule
for both of
next
us.
week.
You
Well,
might find inspiration to just get up and do it.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some.
coffee.
Yes, you will need some. We got some cool stuff to talk about. We wanted
Yeah,
to
do.
talk about some trending topics.
Yes.
Who wants to introduce that?
Well, let's go to our first topic, and we'll do women in bonnets. The black women in
I
bonnets.
seen that. Me
You
and
saw
my
that?
sister Jordan were talking about that.
Yes.
Shout her out. Because I was like, I actually saw that, and at first I was kind of confused. I was like, but I'm traveling to the airport for like, let's say we're taking a trip to Sacramento. That's like a 5-6 hour flight. I don't want to. I want to have a hoodie on and my hair covered. But she was like, it's not bad to like brush your hair back. And she said they have made now hoodies that have like bonnets sewed into them, so you could like
Or like the inside of the hoodie is satin. Yes, there's black women owned. There's black owned like by women businesses,
Really?
and like the hoodies, like the inside of the hoodies are like satin.
So it's covered. It's
Like-
not looking like a bonnet.
It's not looking like a bonnet. It's a hoodie,
It's a
but the
hoodie.
inside of the hoodie is satin, like a
Like a
material,
bonnet.
like a
Protect
bonnet
your hair.
material to protect your
And
I
hair.
think
to
that's
me, I'm
different.
good with that.
Yeah, I'm good because you're
Like, throw
concealing
a
that
hoodie on.
bonnet look. Because
Right.
bonnet is bedtime. You know, that
Yeah.
you're going to
It
bed.
looks like you're going
putting
to
on a
bed.
I
bonnet.
mean, I get what she's saying, because I don't like going out the house with my like head wrap or like my bonnet on. I'm just saying, like, for some
So what was
people,
Jordan saying?
she was saying it does it. It's she agrees with her, and as I watched it and like read what she was saying, I actually do agree because
So who
I
said what? Who was it that was talking?
Monique.
Monique.
Yeah, the
like they
comedienne
call her
Monique.
like Auntie something.
Well, her name is Monique. She's
Yeah.
a
They
comedian,
call her-
but she says she's known as being called Auntie
Auntie.
sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Because she is kind of like somebody's
She's
auntie.
always an auntie
Yeah.
in like somebody's show.
she was just
Yeah.
explaining how like she wants us black women to showcase ourselves more than what we do. Like
Right.
we're better than having our hair in bonnets and coming up in like grocery stores with like slippers on and pajamas, which I get.
And I
Because
agree.
like I don't like
Not that like
seeing-
bonnets and slippers is bad, but there's a place and a time for certain things. Like
That's true.
I feel like bonnets.
Well,
it's like,
like
a
she
touchy
said, she
thing.
said we're better than that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want us like you don't see any other kind of people walking around with their like looking all crazy. So I mean, I understand what she's saying. Like she didn't say you have to go out the house with like
She doesn't have to be
full-fledged
done
face
up
and
all the
makeup.
time, but just like
But like what I do whenever I have to go run errands, I just make sure my hair is brushed and like I smell that I have on. Like sometimes I go out of the house with like sweatpants and a tank top, but at least if my hair is combed down, I look somewhat presentable. Then
Her focus was taking pride in yourself.
Yeah.
And so we ought to take pride where we look presentable, and you know, like you said, you don't see everyone else walking around.
I'm on the fence with that, honestly, because like we glorify black men having do-rags. What's the difference with us having bonnets? Like, why do black males get glorified for wearing do-rags? Oh, it's sexy. But black women, we get bonnets, we call ghetto.
That's a good
Why
point.
we have been called ghetto for doing the most stuff, like long nails back in the 90s was called ghetto. But now everybody's doing it first.
Now,
Every time-
it's such a trend. Every baddie, every IG baddie got the long nails, the long sets, and I'm like,
And watch in 10
And that
years,
clap is
bonnets
ghetto
be
too,
trending.
like, that's what
Watch bonnets be trending in 20 years.
I don't know if bonnets are too trendy, but
Yeah, white people are using bonnets now, and I've seen them walking out the house on TikTok. Right.
I don't have.
and that's true. Like a do-rag, it's now seen as style. Like,
Stylish,
oh,
yes.
do-rag's nice. Like,
But I
yeah,
think that
the
the
print
same.
type, no.
I think that goes for the same thing, like the conversation that we always have in the house, where your dad is
I
like
was just gonna say
always
that.
walk around
With
with,
a shirt
you know, shirt and shorts on. You know, guys in our home, we like to just be comfortable.
Right.
So, you know, but my husband is very much like, you need to put on like pants or shorts and a top. And Elise's argument to that is, okay, but Grant can walk around, or you can walk around, Grant being Elise's brother,
Yeah.
for those that don't know, can walk around with shorts on with no top. And they're like, yeah, but that's different.
So I'm like, why can't I wear like a big shirt with no bottoms?
Exactly.
like boy shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we
How
talked about
OCP,
you can, you know,
walk around.
Yeah.
Or how like it's okay to
Yes.
wear like it's okay to wear a bikini at the beach, but like bikini bottoms and underwear for women are exactly
kind of
the
the same thing.
So what's the problem with wearing underwear in the house but bikini
Like,
at the beach?
yeah,
Or
it's
something like that.
just it's
or
just
like
that
at
idea.
practice after school, a girl can't wear her
Or a
sports
bra.
bra, but the guy can practice without his shirt off at the school.
Or walk around the school after practice with his shirt off.
Right.
And see, times have really changed, because when we went to the pool, we were wearing shorts and a shirt. Remember?
Yeah, you swim in
Really?
shorts and
Yeah.
and
I've
then
never worn a short and a shirt before.
Yeah, yeah.
I've come a long way.
Lisa's like,
I'm gonna tell you, I did not have a bathing suit really until
Yeah.
I got like married.
Right.
To be honest,
Really?
because when I was a
Absolutely.
kid, I didn't.
Yeah, that was not
Yeah, it was
weird.
like-
yeah, and even all the girls at the church, remember?
Yes,
All
we
the
did
times,
not.
everyone.
It was just
Wow.
different.
Yeah.
It was just different.
It was very
Because
different.
oh sorry,
Go ahead, no, go
because you guys said the time has changed, but back then I low key feel like the older generation they were looking nice, so they wouldn't get made fun of from the white people.
Wait,
There is
because-
a picture.
Right.
Wait,
Well, this is true.
so like back in the older times, black people had to do a lot more to get respect from white
Respected
people.
from the white community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So like if let's say if they wore like
Production is
sweatpants.
messing with us.
Production out of control.
But well, I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
So like they say like wore sweatpants back then, like people would call them like ghetto, like a lazy, dressing
Yes.
up. So they have to come in like to the stores like a whole entire dress, hair done.
I heard another
Sorry, I'm
argument
sorry.
this week. Well, go ahead, cause I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say. Go ahead, sis. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, I don't know if they were so much trying to impress someone, but they just took pride. Black people took pride in themselves. And so you wouldn't see them walking outside of the house out of place. Like my Grandma Davis, they always were put together.
Yes.
Our mothers always put
always.
together.
Yeah.
You never seen them out of places because they like looking nice.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't for someone else, it was for their own.
Yeah.
So they just like looking good.
That's like me.
Right.
I don't. She always asks me, why do you
Yes.
always so quick to when we got to the house? Why do you go brush your hair?
She
Why do you
always
go?
be doing
Because I like to look presentable for myself. Like,
But why? That's a
because
good.
I like to look and walking across the parking lot. I see myself in someone else's car. I'm like, okay, my hair looks cute. Like I
Yeah.
like that.
Like
Oh,
past
good.
the window. Ooh.
Oh, I look cute.
Wait,
No,
did
I've realized that this year because at the beginning of the school year, I was having a little rough moment with my mental health. So I was walking out the house looking a mess. And she would get so upset. She'd be like, I told you not to leave this house looking. Like, I would be wearing, like pajama shirts and sweatpants.
Well,
and
you
just,
went to school one day. You haven't done it since. She went to school
a few
one
times.
day.
But
Girl, she had on.
Sophomore
Nia, what did she
year-
have on?
Sophomore year for Lisa's wardrobe was so rough.
It was.
That's how you explain it.
It was a journey.
Like compared to what I wore to school.
Yeah, like
People be like, oh my gosh,
It
your
was-
outfit is so cute. Like,
Yeah,
thank you.
and I'd be walking past,
"What is wrong
like-
with the leaves?"
but you know, after a few months of me struggling, I was like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna try to, cause like I would go to school and I feel like I wouldn't get anything done. I would be lagging in class. Like I would still get my work done, but like it wouldn't be, the way I knew it could be.
Right.
So I started trying to take pride in like my hair. I learned to wrap my hair up because I did not want to do my hair. So I learned I'm gonna do a hair wrap because hair wraps. I like the way hair wraps look. So I learned
But
how to
not
do
a
hair wrap.
bonnet. You
Yeah,
see
not
the
a
difference?
bonnet,
Yeah.
but like a hair wrap.
Those
So I
are
learned how to
cute,
do
though.
that. And like I started putting clothes on. And I like when I would go to school all done up and I would get confidence. I'm like, oh, like it puts
You
a little
feel
pep in
good.
your step. Yeah. Now we going to class, doing my work. I know this one day we had testing, and I was like, you know what? Normally when I go to testing, I look kind of bummy, like I dress comfortable because it's a long testing period. But I was like, I'm gonna be comfortable but cute. I put my little leggings on, my little matching set, and I went and I wrote the essay. Now that essay was top tier.
Yes,
So like
it
I feel like when you take pride in your appearance,
you
it doesn't just affect like it affects how you feel about yourself. It goes into your work. Like you see it throughout your life.
Yeah, I
Very
don't do
true.
it for anyone. I do it for myself.
Spot on.
It is very true. I will say this, that when you are dressed a certain way, I have watched how people of different races, not just your own, but of different races, respond to you dressed on based on how you're dressed.
True.
I did a little trick. I don't want to say a trick. We did a little thing, an experiment with Elise one day. We were going to the store, remember? And I said to her,
Yeah.
I said, I want you to dress kind of cute because we were going into Bloomingdale's.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows if you shop, Bloomingdale's is top notch. That's a very nice store.
Yes.
And so I told her, I said, but we're going to dress like really cute. And I said, and I want to show you something.
Yeah.
So we go into Bloomingdale's, and I mean, she had the cutest little outfit. Yeah, she was dressed like bougie. She had these
I could
little
have been a Disney
bling.
star.
Yeah, she looked like a little Disney kid. She had a cute little outfit on. She had the bling glasses. She had a little clutch purse.
Yeah.
So we walk in, right? And right away.
Within 5 minutes,
Right
it was
away.
just like walking around and licking. Associates came up to us and she was like, "Oh my goodness, like, are you interested in this purse? Like, oh, let me show you this." And she was just like,
She was trying to
she had
sell
us all
everything in
over
the
the
store to
store
her because she
and my mom and I, we were just looking like, nice.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
trying,
It
and
was
not
fun.
rude, but it
Yeah.
was
But-
like she treated us like she knew we was coming in there like, you got money.
Like,
Yeah.
You're, and I don't want to get into like, it's not about trying to get the respect of people, but they took us serious in that manner, right? It was just this disposition that they had.
Right.
Yeah.
There are times where I've gone into the store. My girls know there are days when I don't go dressed like I probably should. I put on something, and I do know that those are days where I'm either tired, worn down. I'm not feeling myself.
And that's what I want to get into. Like sometimes will never judge anybody. So people wearing those bonnets,
Yeah.
you never know what situation they're going to.
This is true.
Especially COVID time. Like COVID,
You can't expect people
Very
to be
true.
like, you can't expect
Right.
to be
No.
good all the time, to be
time.
okay all the
So-
time.
Okay,
But
that's
that's
a
true.
good reason. That's a good
Especially
reason.
on wash days.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine we're traveling to go to like a funeral. I'm not going to put.
I'm not gonna
on
be
my-
looking
I'm not gonna do my
happy.
hair. I'm going to be bawling, crying, and have my bonnet on and get ready to go on this plane to go to
some people are mentally not there.
or that too.
Yeah.
So I respect. I respect.
But that's a good point. And so, there's different times but people respond to you differently.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you go in the store and you're looking like that, and I don't want to say people look at you disgustingly, but they just kind of are like, what is going on with
But
you,
people
right?
shouldn't do that.
I had that experience. Go ahead. Were you finished?
No, I was done. But that's what
I
I'm
had
saying
that
is you dress a certain way and you
Right.
get different responses.
Yeah.
Right. And
You had
I
a
remember
quote
when
about
I
that.
was pregnant with Sakari, it was my first appointment with the doctor, the
Mhm.
OBGYN. And it was interesting because I was so excited. She was a female,
Yeah.
And so I went, and she was so rude. Like, she was just so rude. And I probably didn't look, the best. Look a little homely that
You
day.
was tired.
Yes, probably
Morning
tired.
sickness.
Thank you.
an
And so,
exception.
but I was taken back by how she treated me.
you.
So check this out. So when it came time to having to birth her, because I switched doctors immediately
Correct.
that day, I wasn't going to deal with that.
Mhm.
And so I switched doctors, and don't you know, I'm rolled up in the I had to go in for a surgery with her. I roll up in the surgery room, and my doctor was there, and that lady was there. I said, she better not touch me. I was on the bed, and I said, I don't want her touching me. And I was just, I was, I was taken aback, but I said she should have never treated me that way. I don't care how I looked. Treat me like a human being because I'm paying you that same money that next person is paying you off the street.
Yeah.
So it just kind of turned back around.
So how do you feel about the term dress how you want to be addressed?
Dress how you want to be dressed.
I love it.
I think that is spot on.
It is. It is.
TikTok.
TikTok.
But Maurice, a friend of ours, Maurice had sent me a video, and it was this woman and this male. They were like, it looked like they were on a talk show, and they were having this debate. And she was saying, dress how you want to be addressed. And she was like, if you dress like floozy or whatever, then people are gonna treat you how you're dressed. So if you dress with a tight skirt, people are going to treat you a certain way. But if you're dressed, professional or whatever, people are going to have a different attitude towards you. And his argument was, shouldn't everyone be treated with respect, period? And I was like, I see I see what makes sense in both arguments. Like, if I'm going to a business meeting, I'm going to dress how I want to be addressed. If I want to be the CEO of that company one day, I feel like I should dress that way. Like, I shouldn't walk up in there with jeans and a t-shirt if I'm going to an interview for a very important job. You know what I mean? I'm going to be addressed different with, like, the way you the way you appear to others. But at the same time, everyone should always be respected across the board. What Auntie Nita was saying. It doesn't matter how she looked that day. The doctor shouldn't have came at her nasty, or shouldn't have been rude.
But this goes into a whole nother show of those unconscious biases that we have, where we tend to look at people and we size them up because of that first impression syndrome, and we do that to each other, and we have to be. Remember I sent you that TED talk about that. You have to be conscious of those things, but we do it. We're victims of it, but we do it.
Second nature.
But to the same time, if you don't have that perception, you could really be led in different ways or put in different situations because you're not being perceptive. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm sorry, but I work in HR. If you know that you're coming to a job interview, if you're coming into my building with a hair bonnet on,
for an interview,
even if you're trying to keep your hair from getting wet, that's one thing.
You're right.
Before you step into an umbrella, like before you step into that building, if you take it off, sometimes I'll be going to an event and I'll have my hair wrapped up in the car on the way. But before I step out that car, I make sure I look good.
Exactly.
Like, I'll put my lipstick on and I'll take my hair wrap off and I'll step out the car.
So I don't know if it's okay, because if you're in the airport and say your future boss sees you, he could hear you talking to someone and you're speaking professionally and you're handling a certain situation. There's times where people catch that kind of stuff and they're like, hey, she handled that very well. But there's always that chance that could have been that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you have to be prepared all the time.
That's one thing that she's always telling me. She always tells me, like, especially this year during school, like when I was home looking crazy, she was like, you don't know who you're going to meet on that campus.
You don't.
Especially being in ROTC. And on a high school campus, a lot of the time we have, like, recruiters coming on campus. We have Army recruiters, job interview, like, internship recruiters. And you were also saying, like, on a college campus, you don't want to run into somebody who could potentially have a position for you and you don't look your best. Not your best, but you don't look at least presentable. Like, if on the spot, they were ready to be like, can I interview you now? Like, I remember one time we ran to the bank and we were taking care of business. And I was opening up a bank account, and I had like a summer top, and it was cute. But there's certain places for things. You don't walk up into the bank to do business with like a crop top on. So I had a shirt, and I had like a white shirt in the back, and I made it like nice and cute with the shorts I had on. And then we took care of our business. I got back in the car, and I wore my little summer shirt. But it's like things like that. Like, you never know who you're going to run into.
A banking institution. You need to look presentable. I was like, no, and actually I told Grant the same thing. You know, he had on a tank top. I said, no. Put on some shoes, jeans, and a shirt. You're going in here to open up a bank account, right? You want people to take you serious. You don't want to be up in here and they looking at like, oh, he's, because we stereotype.
Yeah,
so
especially as a black person,
those
as a minority of period, they are, there's people.
My thing I always tell Elise is whenever we go out and she looking crazy, I'm like, you never know, you could walk past your future husband and she looks a hot mess. That's something I always like. I don't know. And my husband is
always like whenever I go out, I have terrible
Let me tell you.
Every time I go out looking crazy. I just see the finest men. One time we were at Chipotle.
Oh yeah, she was under the floor like this.
They were so fine. They was looking.
Times when we were younger.
Yes, and she didn't have tinted windows at the time, so they could see right through the car. And I was staring, and they all
four of them got out of the car. They were cute.
One time I was
so
looking
cute.
busted. I was waiting for my food. I see like 30 people, fine guys,
just like,
walking out from working out, and they all walked past me. I said,
why? Like,
I walked back to the car, and I was like, let's forget about
Right
that.
now we're appearing.
No, really.
There we go.
I've
Nia.
never had that experience before.
No, Nia will comb her hair before she go to bed. So
No, really. So there's another argument I had.
I love Nia.
Because I
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
People, tell us what you guys think in the comments.
So yeah, of course.
Yes.
Give us your
Get in on the
bad to
comments.
brush
We need
your
to
hair
know
before
what
you go to
y'all
bed?
think.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think
So there was also another argument that I had like seen about, and it was this thicker girl, this bigger girl, and she was saying the same thing, but like with bigger people and skinnier people. She was saying as a big girl, she cannot leave because she's on the college campus. She said she's never left her dorm where she's wearing like baggy clothes or like sweatpants because as a bigger person, people see her as sloppy, messy, slouchy. But a skinny, petite, or a smaller girl can look like, oh, she's cute with her little dressed down look and her sweatpants and sandals. But like as a bigger girl, she can't do that. I think that's so
And it's not
true.
saying that you. It's not saying maybe that you can't, but it's again to what you said.
Bias.
Not what you do. It's how you do it.
Yeah,
right.
So it's all about a time and a place. It's appropriate, you know. And so I think that's. I can't say that I disagreed with Monique. I think you know if the underlying message is, hey guys,
Take pride in
yourself.
I agree.
When you're stepping out of your house, you're stepping. You know you're looking a certain way. You don't have to look like $1 million, but you definitely need to look familiar. Put together. My mom is an avid thrift store shopper. Avid. When I tell you a pro, can't nobody shop like the thrift store like my mom. That's the only place she do shop.
Right.
But when my mom puts herself together, you are like, Mom, you know, she looks
Don't sleep on thrift
she
stores
looks
now.
put together.
Yeah.
So it's not even about having to go out and buy the most trendiest bling. It's just combed hair, clean look, you know, it's presentable.
Yeah.
And I
After
think we
my
need to do
sister
that.
explained it. I was like, okay, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
And she made a follow-up video like yesterday saying she doesn't apologize for what she said because she said it with
No.
love.
Yeah,
She does.
and I don't
Yeah.
think she wasn't
No,
getting
she
on
wasn't.
like bonnets are bad. She wasn't bashing
very
she wasn't
appropriate
bashing
when
people who wear bonnets.
necessary.
Her message,
Very.
people always. I feel like people are sensitive these days.
Yeah.
It's like
sensitive.
I wear a
can't
bonnet.
have
Are you telling me I can't wear a bonnet?
Yeah.
She's not
That's
saying
what
you
that's
can't
what
wear a
most of the
bonnet,
comments
but
are
she's
saying.
saying she's saying you should take pride in yourself.
Yeah.
And people miss the whole message about that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she was coming at them, beating them over the head with it. She was.
She came at it with love. Exactly what she. Yeah, exactly how she said it. She
appreciate
She
it.
said it with love, and I
We're
agree.
sensitive, y'all. We're sensitive culture.
We are.
I agree.
I don't think I'm sensitive.
Listen, my husband say it all the time. Y'all need to man up. Y'all too soft. I'm like, okay, dear.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good topic.
I
Good
know.
topic.
This is, and listen, we're almost done. So
What's the next
I
one?
told
though?
you.
We got to go.
Two topics.
Two
we
topics.
What
go.
was the second one?
No,
okay,
we had
so
three, but
we had two more, and so which
No,
one
what's
out of
the
the
next
two
one?
do we want to talk about? The Osaka or the?
Let's touch on that real quick.
Okay, so Naomi Osaka, our
The tennis
athlete,
player?
she opened up about having mental health issues,
Good
and so
for
she
her.
backed out of the French Open, which is a huge tennis
Big
tournament.
thing, yeah.
And so she said that she suffered from long bouts of depression since defeating Serena Williams at the 2018 U.S. Open. And I hate that because the way the media blew that up with Serena against her
Yeah.
and how, you know, I forgot exactly what happened, but I think it was like the way Serena reacted. And she took her shine, you know, from winning.
Oh, because
Remember
Rihanna,
she was-
or not Rihanna, Serena, she was very mature about it. She shook her hand. I think that's what it was. Like,
She was
I
crying.
think-
I
no,
think.
she was crying,
She was
right?
emotional.
Oh, really?
She was upset, and so
Oh.
it kind
She
of
was?
stole the. Yeah, she kind of took the shine from Osaka, and so that was a
I remember watching it. She kind
that
of
what
did
happened?
because if I'm remembering it right, I'm pretty sure she lost and she
Serena
was crying,
lost.
and then
Selena-
they kind of
Serena lost.
She beat her,
Yeah.
and I think she was crying, and she kind of like turned it to like apologizing, kind of. If I'm remembering it correctly.
Oh,
We
we
have
have
comments.
comments.
Okay, so
We
let
have
me go
comments.
on and
We
see
have
our
comments.
comments.
But I do remember watching that though, and it was.
Somebody said, too often we people please and lose ourselves.
Excellent. point.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I was-
Because we do people please. But go ahead.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I was very shocked when I
appreciate
saw
her
that
example.
because no one, and like the industry,
Love it.
like celebrity wise, not even like sports, like people always try to come off like, oh, everything's perfect, like we have no problems, like no
Right.
matter how they carry themselves, like how they talk, they look mentally. So hearing like a big athlete and like celebrity now,
Right.
especially for younger people, saying that she has mental problems and she's backing out of this big experience, it's
Yeah.
like it's
It's
good.
huge.
It's probably, yeah.
It's very, what is the word?
Yeah.
Like comforting for any other athletes or anyone else struggling with illness, because
true.
like she's
Right.
big, like over 1 million people.
I think
follow
it
her
definitely
and
draws
stuff.
attention to it.
Right.
Yeah.
One of our audience members, Tony. Hey, Tony. And that's your TT. She said, "I appreciate her example. She taught us all a lesson." And so
Very
that is
true.
very true. She did teach us a lesson. With
And that
this.
is true. And the thing is that we do have to understand that with that level of performance, you have your good days and your bad days. You know, you're not always going to be on top, even though you're the best of the best. You know.
Yeah.
And so there, you know, from even like we look at Michelle Obama. She came out and talked about how she fought and dealt with depression. So we need to stop putting these pressures on ourselves and recognize when, listen, today is too much.
Right.
And so I can't do it. And embrace it versus putting this pressure on people to make them feel like they're failing because they're just admitting that they're human. You know,
Right.
because we are, and we're not always going to be on our A game. You know, we do our best, we work hard, but then, you know, we're human. So I applaud her, and I think that, you know, she's going to be better for it, stronger for it, and I think that, you know, she's doing the things that she needs to do
Right.
to be healthy for
be
her.
healthy, yeah.
You
At
know,
the end of the day, you have yourself.
that's it.
And
You
mind
may
you-
not have anybody else, but you're always gonna have yourself.
And
So
mind
you have
you,
to take care
sports
of
does not
yourself.
last forever.
No.
So
Right.
I rather
It's a season
lose
in your
that
life.
than lose myself, and then I'm
Absolutely.
screwed for life.
Right.
Yeah.
My dad told me that like nothing, sports does not last forever. So that's why it's important to keep up with stuff around you.
That's
Because
right. Take
Right.
care of you. Always have to take
I
care of
totally
Always.
agree.
you. Yeah.
Okay, so the next topic, friends with benefits.
Child, listen.
Friends
Listen,
with
we're going to
benefits.
end on a high note.
Yeah.
That one right there.
no
I'm going to tell you
No
something.
comment. Listen, no
Listen.
comment.
Because Nia don't never have no comment when it comes to anything about relationships.
Yeah.
The day Nia come in here and tell me she getting married, I'm telling you, I'm just
We all gonna be
we're
shocked.
We're going to be shocked. Because
We gonna
there's
have
a
one of
running
those-
joke in this house that Nia's going to beat up whoever her significant other is. Just 'cause
Literally.
she's
I'm
so
not going to do that. I don't know why they say that. I'm very
But-
affectionate to certain people.
Elise and
Oh,
I talked to Anita. Elise and I had a conversation, and I really wanted to bring this to light because this is really something that I think is alarming. You know, we have young ladies here. We have young ladies. Our audience has daughters, nieces, and folks, and this is really something that. Well, I'm gonna let Elise share what her experience was as far as what she learned and realized. And I just thought it was something that we needed to really touch on and hopefully leave on a high note some things that young ladies need to just be aware of. And actually, not just young ladies, grown women apparently.
Right.
It's just, you know,
It's
share.
so crazy.
Share.
Well, I just know of I know of someone who had like a friends with benefits kind of situation going on, and it was supposed to be like just platonic, like no strings attached, end up getting attached, and it just didn't end well. And I was just thinking, like, I don't think I could ever do that to myself. Like friends with benefits. Like, how do you just like lay in the bed with someone and then that's just it? Just get up and okay, I have work now.
And
Call me again when you need me.
See, and that's never the case. People can conjure up in their mind, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. You know, we can have this relationship and leave. But what folks don't understand is that every time you lay in bed with someone, you're taking a piece of them. You're taking a piece of them emotionally,
deep,
and you're
sis.
taking
Go
that
deep.
on.
Yeah.
And so you're not just walking away and not attached. You're attaching yourself. You're not detached, but you are attaching yourself to that person.
Yeah.
So it's hard to just kind of, be far removed from that situation. You're
Yeah.
always going to have a piece of that person.
Isn't
walking
it
with
something?
you.
You know, I don't want to. I mean, I don't really want to make this be light, because I really want people to understand that for us, as a grown woman, you know, we can handle certain things to a certain extent. Still is a complicated situation,
Sure is.
but we're able to kind of control
Right.
those emotions a little bit better, I think, because we kind of understand ourselves a little more as grown women. But it's the trend of these young girls that have not even begun to live life, that haven't even begun to have true either relationships or understand the depth and the involvement of what a relationship is.
Correct.
And they're out here just recklessly kind of giving things away, and their mindset is just like, oh, okay, it's cool,
Yeah,
because you know, he ain't got to worry about me and I ain't got to worry about him. But the damage that you're doing subconsciously later on, that it's going to
Because I hear
go
girls
with
talk
you.
about it just so effortlessly, just so
Share what your response
effortlessly.
was. You were
I
like,
just, like, I'll hear girls talk about it, like, yeah, girl, I was with him last night, and da-da-da-da, and then next week they'll be talking about another guy, completely different name, completely different dude, and I'm just like, girl, like, I can barely kiss a dude. Like, the idea of kissing somebody is so gross. Like, I'm just like, no, like, never. How do I literally do that? Like, how do I have sex with somebody? That's just crazy. And not the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, just any boyfriend,
and
any
here's
friend.
the flip side of that. Did you have something?
I was just gonna say, no, you go,
Because I was going to say the flip side of this, which is always the case, is what we do as young ladies.
Right. It sticks with us.
It sticks.
Yep.
You know,
want ya after you've been
brothers and guys, don't care what race, what background, wherever you come from, they don't welcome that. They're just not cool. I mean, they're cool with it in the moment, right? But see, guys get to a point where they start looking for, they leave all that, oh, I'm going to have a girlfriend for the summer and I'm going to have a girlfriend for the school year. And they now begin to, I need a wife. And when they go looking for that wife,
They're not going to
they
come
not
to the girls.
they have a
They're not coming to the friends with
they will
benefits.
tell you they have a problem with that. And you can ask why. Like, why? Because you're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
But
guys ask all the time, how many bodies you got?
Let me
How many
tell y'all
bodies
that
do you
this. We
have?
had this kind. Let me tell y'all, coming from an athlete that works out at a house full of like
Guys.
10, 12 guys, and mind you, these guys are not high schoolers. Most of them
College.
are 3 years in college. I hear them, and I'm telling you, it's different. Like from like junior, senior year. High school, and then you have these older dudes in college talking about, yeah, these girls now, like, I don't want them. I'm like, they you know, they still talk to girls on the side or whatever, but their main focus is like, okay,
Their standards have gone way up here
We knew
now.
those same boys while they were juniors and seniors in high school, and it was completely different.
Exactly.
It was completely different. They're like, yeah, I got
telling y'all, like,
and it was like almost a game. Like, how many girls can you get?
Yeah,
and now, a few
that they're
years later,
older,
they're juniors and seniors now in college.
They're
and
looking
it's
for
completely
wives.
different.
they don't really care because they're not looking at what's around them, because all the girls that are around them are so easy. So mind
Correct.
you, easy is like a girl that just gives it up like easy or whatever.
This friends with benefit
And
stuff.
yeah, like
It's not attractive to them, and it's the nature of the game.
and I
It
think you
happens.
definitely have to set your boundaries.
Yeah.
I just think girls have just let
know
go of their
yourself-worth.
standards.
Yeah.
I feel like
Because if you don't
This
know
is
your
true.
self-worth, then
Yes.
somebody else is gonna tell you.
and it's not gonna be nice.
I was talking to a guy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, the first time we hang out, I want to kiss." I said, "Wait, what? What?" I said, "Why do you expect me to kiss you? We've never hung out ever before.
I don't even know
what your facial features look like, other than me like FaceTiming you on the phone. Like,
I
I
don't know
have
what
to
your
get a
breasts
good
smell like,
look.
first of all.
It's just like, I don't know what made him, possessed him to think that I was gonna kiss him on the first time we ever hung out, because
Yeah. And it's like what's the card was saying? If you don't have standards and self-worth for yourself, these boys are gonna walk all over
I was like, you want
boys
a girl
have no
that easy to
respect.
kiss you on the first date? Like, if
'Cause
you
they're
want that,
boys.
it's not me, but I can tell you some people that you can go and hang out with, because
Bye.
that's not cute to me. Like,
No.
you want to, like, if you really want me and you desire to have me as
do
your
what you
wife
need
or
to do.
your significant other for now, like, you will wait for me, you will not rush me, you will not
Yes.
pressure me to do nothing, because like, that's respectful, and that goes a long way. Like, you always tell me Auntie Tisha and Uncle Brent, their relationship, I totally Auntie I love
Tisha
that. Like,
and Uncle Brent are high school sweethearts, but there were standards, and he respected them.
yeah,
And one
it
of them was that
it
she was a
very-
virgin,
It was a
and she
beautiful-
was not doing any of that, and
Good for her.
he loved her, he stayed with her,
And they're still
respected
together.
that, and they're still
So seeing that, I definitely believe that it can happen.
yeah.
Between
See
that,
that? Yeah.
My
I'm not gonna settle
and her
for somebody
boyfriend.
who I'm gonna dead settle. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep my standards exactly where they are, and if I never find the man who meets those
then I guess
standards,
I'm just gonna be
It's okay.
then I'll just be single for life.
Me and my dog Quincy
Because-
will be okay.
I'll be perfectly like I am so okay. I mean I know I'm saying it now. I probably want to get girl and I want to be in a relationship. But at the end of the day, if I never find that man that meets those standards, those standards are staying. I set those standards and that's what it's gonna be. And if no one ever
And
meets
you
them,
know,
it's gonna be me and God. That's all I
Production
can
said
say.
Jesus, you and Jesus.
It's gonna be me and God at the
And you
end
know,
of the day.
talking to those guys, the older men that I work out with, they see it. Like they don't want the girls that they were hanging out with that have over
The
6,
friends with benefits.
7 bodies. They want the girls that
Yeah.
respectful, kind of chilled back. They're not out there in the streets knowing her name in everyone's mouth. You know, like it's
Correct.
just something that
Corey,
it changes over time.
Oh no.
Somebody was saying thank you for your
Oh, that's more.
comment. Oh, okay, yeah.
it's just-
No, I was just gonna say, well, you know, I love to share the story. My husband tells me all the time. The first date that he and I had, he tried. He went in for a kiss. He was a gentleman. He went in for a kiss, and I just went just like this, very respectfully. I said, oh no. Not
Dog
on the first
mentality.
date.
Yeah.
Not a dog mentality.
That was
because
the
his
same
business
thing.
was. Oh,
him trying to
no,
keep
I was gonna say,
That
you
was
know,
the
he's
same
a
thing.
college student or
Yeah.
whatever. He's
Yeah.
gonna go in for his. But I said no.
Yeah.
I said no, not on the first date. And he told me, he said, you know what made me really respect you? After that, he was like, I respected that. He said because you told me, and he said I thought that nobody had ever said that.
And a respectable young man will respect your decision. He's not gonna be like, oh, you don't want to kiss me? Like, or get away from me anyway.
If you talk like that anyway, I want you to walk
But
away.
there's dudes that have tried to come at me that way, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, they try to
I'm
turn
not
it
that.
around and make you
And then
feel
yeah,
bad.
they're like, fine, you ain't cute anyway. Okay, then I just want to be cute, but I ain't gonna be with you.
Yeah. Or some dudes will be like, okay, and then the next thing you got, they keep pressuring you and pressuring you.
And it's like I said no.
I'm not going to give you a time frame
Listen,
because it's
Guys are guys.
When I feel comfortable.
They're gonna try to push the buck as far as they can
But I feel like we should
that's
stop
what you
excusing
allow.
that, like using that excuse. Guys are gonna be boys or be boys.
and
No,
girls
No,
will be
you
girls.
have respect.
Yeah.
I mean,
It goes both
what
ways.
if the girl is pressuring a guy to like sleep with her? You don't want to sleep with her.
Yeah,
Like, that's
it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Talk
But no one's gonna say a girl's gonna be a girl. No.
No, right.
But
But
you know,
like,
A lot of-
when guys are horny, it's passed off as boys will be boys. Like, no.
when a
boys
girl's
will be
horny, she's
respectful.
like a hoe or like something inappropriate. I don't want to say it on camera, but other inappropriate terms. Like I just.
But then a guy can do the
standard.
exact same thing.
And
but
it's
he's not
street
called.
credit.
Right.
But
Street
I
credit.
understand
I
it.
think you just really can't change someone.
Yeah.
You can change
Correct.
yourself. You can, change that course and, go about the appropriate way. And so you can't change these men. So
It's not gonna change the way that
I don't want
they
to
think
change them.
and the way that they come, the way that they act or
Yeah.
whatever. But you definitely need to do exactly what Zakari said. You got to learn you, and that's the thing that I think is most important in these times. You guys are getting ready to be prepared to move on to the next phase. High school is kind of different because you're under rules, you're under boundaries. Your parents and your rules with your parents are going to only let you go so far, right? And if you're respectful, you're going to respect those boundaries and stay within them. But there is going to come a point in time where you're going to be in that adult mindset, in that adult environment. And if you have not taken the time to know yourself and know appreciate who you are, get to know who you are, you will get caught up and you'll be caught. But if you go into those environments knowing who you are, knowing my worth, then you will stand firm because you won't be able to be swayed one way or the other.
Right.
Somebody at this point in time should be able to come to you next year or 2 years when you're in college and say, hey, what's up with the friends and benefits? And you ought to look at him like, bro, you talking about medical benefits? Because I know you ain't talking about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to be comfortable with yourself before you can even stand firm. And that's the concern that I have, because the social media stuff has people living in this plastic world.
Like that
It's
actually works.
unreal.
Like people can really
Plastic
do that and
bubble.
just be okay. I'm like,
Right.
no.
It's not the way
If your
it
mental
works.
health isn't already jacked up, by the time you're done having friends with benefits, it probably will be.
Yeah,
Because that's just so emotional. That's
I mean, no offense to anyone.
Like,
that,
no shade,
that's,
but-
like, dating in high school or anything like that, but for me, I take pride in these last 2 years I have. Like, I told myself, like, when I tell y'all, 8th graduation day, I was like, when I get to high school, no relationships, 0 days off. I'm going to focus on school and sports. And I mean, yes, I've had a whole, like, I don't want to say a whole bunch, but I had a nice amount of guys come approach me and talk to me, and I've texted, but I just don't want to, like,
Commit your time.
Commit my time and my last bit of time I have with my family and a little bit of childhood left to commit to a relationship. And seeing some of my friends having to go through toxic relationships and being abused and hit on and pregnancy and diseases, I'm like, I don't want any of that. Because high school, you really do find yourself. And I'm sure you do it in college
You
too.
begin to find.
But I'm growing up
And just having someone else that you're trying to figure out and learn.
Yeah,
and be
because we're
with.
both growing. We're
Yeah.
both
Mindset.
You're both, like two immature mindsets.
It's not gonna.
I'm very mature, but I'm immature to an extent,
Not
and
to-
it's just
that's
like
a mature mindset of the way you
Oh,
all are.
right. But yeah, it's like two young kids trying to find yourself, trying to find them, and trying to be with
It's
each other.
too much.
It's just a
Too
lot.
young.
Yeah.
And seeing my friends
And
going through it, something you like. I'm like, do you enjoy this? Because I don't like enjoying you watching going through this. Like it's so like
It's like I want better for you,
unenjoyable.
friend.
Like
Why?
you're crying at my house because he did this and that. Like you don't want
Like
to do
we're
that.
trying to go
I'm
out,
saying that.
and you're
You're trying
sad.
to go and hang out, and you're over here crying. Like I don't like that.
Yeah, it's
so.
like enjoy the time that you have to still be a kid.
A kid.
Still have no
I'm
responsibilities.
not rushing into finding my husband because I have like a trillion years to find him. Because
No,
Now,
but really,
Jesus is coming before then. I just want you to know. I'm just saying.
okay,
For
prayerfully I find him before God comes back. That
Well,
would
if
be
not,
nice.
then you got
But I
God.
mean,
It
then
don't
again,
matter.
me and my dog Quincy will be in heaven. We'll be okay.
I mean, okay.
I'm gonna have a snake.
For me,
For you, Wes.
I did have a boyfriend, and I would just say to somebody, choose
Yes.
wisely. Always choose wisely and know somebody is gonna respect you.
Right.
If you don't, then somebody else is gonna find your self-worth, and it's not gonna be an actual self-worth.
right.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
you think is self-worth, and
So
it's not.
Yeah.
For
And
you,
so for
well, my question to you is coming from a person that you were in a really good relationship with him. I'm not saying any names, but just like what I just touched bases on, how do you feel about that? Because you were in a really good relationship with him, and I respected that. But like, how would you feel with like going through what you went through?
boundaries.
And
Boundaries
standing
and self-respect.
firm and standing firm on what you
Not breaking
your
down
your
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 values.
standards.
Yeah.
Not
For me.
compromising.
For me, I'm not gonna date somebody until God gives me my husband. And I don't know if I even want to get married. I want to be the rich auntie
Yes,
that provides, gives you guys Gucci for your kids.
I like
But
that.
for me, I feel like high school, I wasn't really ready to date anybody, and I was still trying to find myself and just trying to get a better relationship with Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so.
That's absolutely
That's
right.
Okay, so I think we're going to wrap this up. This was great conversation, you all. So wonderful
Absolutely.
trending topics. So we enjoyed all the comments. Thank you guys for joining in. So we had King David out there, Jazzy, Merlanda Mignard, and the Soul Sparker. So
And
thank you
Jenny.
all. And Jenny.
Jenny.
So shout out to all
And
you
Dawn.
guys. Those
Thanks
are
for
our IG
joining us
shout-outs.
tonight, everybody,
Yes.
on IG. This has
Thank
been
you.
good, but I definitely want to welcome or have everybody. Anita's going to touch on it, but please, you guys, stay tuned for this month of June. We're going to have much more cool things going on.
So much
And
fun.
So-
it's Gemini season. My
Hey.
birthday's next Friday.
Yes, hey!
Yeah.
Hey. We should have had something special today for that Sweet 16.
That's alright.
Nah.
We'll roll with it.
We'll show you guys pictures from the party.
Yes. So just to tell you a little bit, coming up we have Dr. Norris Dupree, who will be on. He has a newly published book, Take Your Life Back. So we
Yes.
started talking about different, mental health issues today, and just episodes of
rut.
Friends with Benefits. And so he's a therapist. And so this book is about looking at your past, how it's crucial to understanding who you are, the roles you play in relationships, and how we're
Yes.
affected by experiences.
Yes.
It's a very good book. I'm starting to read it already. Our girls are going to have it, and so we're going to make sure. We want you to make sure to purchase a copy on Amazon. So we'll post that in the video credits, and
Yes.
you will be able
The
to see
link.
that. And we will try to give away a book on that episode.
Yes.
So tune in, and that's 2 weeks from now.
Yes.
For
yes.
Take Your Life Back with
Absolutely.
Dr. Dupree.
Yes, so join us next week. We actually are going to have a fun show.
Yes.
We're going to be allowing the kids to be on. So the girls are going to have a break, and the kids are going to be on the show. So this will be fun. Yeah. So please tune in. We've got a lot of cool episodes coming up, and so we're excited for you guys to join us. Please feel free to show up in our posts and let us know what you think and how you're enjoying the show. I Got Your Girl is enjoying the ride, and so we just want to know if we're touching on things that you want to talk about. If you want to be on the show, let us know. If you got something to share, a shout out or a big, we're always welcome for that too.
Do you have any like topic ideas
yes,
you guys want to talk
we're looking
about?
for all of those great things.
Let us know.
So the next time I'm gonna be on Zoom, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna miss
We're gonna be in Reno.
Yeah, so cool. That's gonna be fun.
It is.
That is.
And then one more thing, one of our audience member, the Soul Sparker, she creates pound cakes, and I mean, sis, you make good pound cakes. She makes good pound cakes as well.
Oh yes.
And I haven't tasted them, but they look delicious.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
has raved about them. So I'm gonna post in the link for us to support her because she's in a competition. So we want to vote for her. Yes, we'll have to have her come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let us know what
And I have to
vote
show
is.
you all her cakes because they're phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
They look beautiful,
Absolutely.
gorgeous. And so we have to vote for her, you all.
yes.
We have to vote for her.
Absolutely.
Love
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So,
So
I'll send the information. It's the Greatest Baker, and her
We'll put
name
it in
is
the
Tony
link.
Ellis. Yeah. So we'll place it in the
Or, like,
link.
in the description.
In the
or whatever.
description.
Very
Yeah,
good.
we'll do that tonight.
awesome.
All right. So she's saying, "Yay!" Yes.
So,
Yeah.
thank you everybody for joining us this episode. Everybody for joining this episode. We are closing out. Well, we already kind of closed out May, but start of June,
Yeah.
starting with a bang. I think this was a great show. Yeah.
Remember to think big.
pray big, do big.
All right. See you
Good night,
later.